Hey guys, welcome back. We're here. I'm here. Rhiannon is celebrating her birthday. We did some celebrating as a family earlier, and so now she's just hanging out with her best friend. So I thought we didn't watch too many films, but we actually are kind of on par with the number of films that we have been watching per week lately. So we are doing patriotic films, or really stretching the theme of patriotic films. And so the first one that we are going to start with is one of my favorites, albeit extremely cheesy. It is No Retreat, No Surrender from 1985. Let's see who this roster is real quick. It stars. Wow, he looks so old now on IMDb. Jason Stillwell, who's the lead, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is the big boss man in the end. Um, he's a man of very little words in this role. This I would consider this a cult classic. Um, I don't know if very many people know about it, but I feel like it has all of the important elements of a martial arts film that's easy to be amused by. I think because let's see who's the other guy. Who's his friend? RJ is played by W.D. Fales. His last name is Fales, Fails. That reminds me of an Olympic swimmer whose last name was Fail, Fail. Perhaps that drove them to do great things. Let's see. Okay, yeah. And so this is, like I said, from 1985. This is a lot of 80s theme here, especially the music. Michael Jackson was a big deal, so his friend RJ, he's black, and he always he's got the curls, and he wears Michael Jackson like clothes. I think one costume represented the Michael Jackson's costume from Beat It. Have Kale help. Kale, can you draw the stuff? She'll show you. Okay, so LA. Yeah. Okay, so what is this guy's name? Jason Stillwell and his dad. They run or his dad runs a karate studio in Los Angeles, and they moved to. Okay, I can't remember. They moved to another city. So this is kind of like Karate Kid, where the mom and the son they pick up and move to another city. I think they moved because they were threatened by this. I'll just call them a gang, and Van Damme is Russian in this film, and so let's see. Yep, they move. They get established over there, and the dad just continues works at a bar. He does not open up another studio. He's uses karate strictly for defense, and it, he didn't think fighting was the way to go about things. So that was a little bit interesting. Um, and so Jason's main friend was RJ, and then he was kind of not even against, but the other kids were against Jason Stillwell of this other karate school that plays a part in this film. Um, so anyway, I think it's got good fighting, and the special thing about this film is that the spirit of Bruce Lee comes into play in a physical form for Jason Stillwell for him to train with. Looks nothing like Bruce Lee. There have been other films that have chosen better characters to portray Bruce Lee. This one is not one of those guys. But he was great. He did his part, and Jason Silva became the Ultimate Fighter to go up, not literally, um, but it was appeared to be some kind of unsanctioned karate championship against Van Dam. A match that was totally hijacked by this gang. I mean, the main referee got kicked out, and then the guy just started emceeing the whole thing. And guess what? Van Dam loses, uh, which is weird to see, but the fights are fun to watch, and you got the training montage, uh, you got the sadness montage, and you got the 80s dancing, 80s music. You should go see it. It has been a while since I've seen this film. I don't know, maybe a few years at least. I've watched it on and off over the years. Um, I actually found this on YouTube. Somebody had just uploaded the entire film on YouTube. I'm surprised it's still up. If we tried to find it on streaming platforms, and the only thing that came up was Riff Tracks. And so Riff Tracks is the film with funny commentary over it. We did not sit through to watch that because we wanted to actually watch the movie. I would rate this 7.5. It's easy to come back to. I'm always entertained by it. I'm never bored by this movie. So I recommend it. And if you're a martial arts fan, I would add this to your list of, I don't know, top 20 martial arts films. Okay. The next one. Aha. Land of... Oh, how was that patriotic? I don't know. I guess No Retreat, No Surrender was patriotic because, I don't know, US, kind of like Rocky, USA. Hey, got it. USA versus Russia again. So USA, woo! Hey, and it's the opening ceremonies were a couple days ago for the Summer Olympics 2024. Interesting opening ceremony. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, next movie, Land of Bad. Netflix does these annoying previews, but sometimes you're drawn to watch them when you just hover long enough over a movie while you're browsing. While you spend 45 minutes browsing for a movie to watch, you watch, 20 minutes worth of, or 20 films worth of previews. I usually have the mute button on when I'm previewing or when I'm browsing because I just don't want to hear it because it's always too loud. Land of Bad is from 2024. This is a military film. It's a rescue mission. And you got a bunch of seasoned special ops guy and one new guy who happens to be in the Air Force, and he operates the drones. He's with communications. The supporting actor for this role is actually, I haven't heard of the lead guys, but the supporting, would he be supporting? Okay, maybe not. He's a supporting character. It's Russell Crowe. Luke Hemsworth is also in this. Oh, and Liam Hemsworth. And the other name that I recognized is Milo Ventimiglia. He was in the series Heroes, which was, I think, over 10 years ago. And also in Rocky Balboa, he was Rocky's son. Okay, so like I said, military film, and this is a rescue mission. Pretty well played out. They watch somebody get beheaded, so it's pretty brutal. And what are you looking for? Fruits. And they stay stealthy for a little while, and then a kid was about to get executed. First, a woman was beheaded. It didn't show anything. It didn't show that graphic part. There were other graphic parts in the movie. But when the kid was about to be beheaded, that's when they intervened. And they sniped the guy that was about to execute the kid. Kid got away, thankfully. That's the last that you see of him. This is a really small village that this happens in. And then that is when they have been forced to be a part of that whole situation to infiltrate. And, they no longer have the element of surprise. And I guess part of this film kind of reminds me of, I think, the movie, I think it's called Ambulance. No, um, it was a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where he was a dispatcher. Get to bed, brush your teeth, drink plenty of water. Um, where was I? And so you have this other. Okay, so yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal film where he was a dispatcher, and much of the film takes place of him on the line. And so this is Russell Crowe's part. This focuses on the communication aspect of military operations, which I think was really cool. You don't really see that where the movie makes that the focus of the film. Um, so there's a lot of tension there because there are times where communication is lost. Much of the team has been killed, KIA. And did you get your medicine? Both of you. Can you pour it?
Yeah.
And there's some successes and some failures, and they get captured and tortured. They are kept in these nasty looking literal cages. They're lined with blood. Okay, have Kale help. Have you done it before? Kale, can you do her drops? 5. Thank you. Okay, but they get out. So I think the movie was pretty well done. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Movie was pretty well done. I like the action scenes. There's a lot of slow motion that takes place in here. Not quite like 300 movie slow motion. But it seems to be inserted in a lot of key moments. And did it add to the film? In some instances, I don't think they had to do as many. So, eventually the guys get back, and Russell Crowe gets after his teammates who essentially ignored a phone that is, kind of an emergency line. They're, the military are never off duty, especially when they are out in the field. And so, yeah, they were watching the game on the TV, and after everybody got home peacefully, then Russell Crowe he turned the TV off with his golf club. Great part of the film. There's a great dynamic between Russell Crowe and his partner, just another female military member who was dedicated to bringing her teammates home. That was one part of the film that I really liked because it highlighted the sense of duty that Russell Crowe's character had, and the other woman. What was her name? It was Staff Sergeant Nia Branson, played by Chica Ikagwe. I would recommend this film. I like military films in general, and I recommend this one. I would probably rate this one a. Buggy, what should I rate it?
20 out of 20.
20 out of 20. I give it an 8.
What?
Out of 10. Well done action film. There's a lot of moments of suspense that are nicely done. Okay. One movie that we forgot to add to our list, and I don't think we talked about it, is a movie from 2001, and it has. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. What is it? Rob Schneider. Apparently, IMDb thinks it gets a 4.8 out of 10. That's a bunch of baloney. Rob Schneider, Colleen Haskell. That is the girlfriend, I guess, and it also has the guy that played in Scrubs and in Office Space. I don't know what else, but John C. McGinley. So I think those are the recognizable characters. So Rob Schneider, there doesn't appear to be much going on in Rob Schneider's life. He's kind of looking to get strong and get recognized, just to try to become somebody. And so he sees this infomercial on how to get strong, and you got to drink badger milk. I've never seen anything like it. I thought that was pretty funny. And it comes to him, and he actually takes a drink of it. But as he's pouring it into the glass, it kind of comes out with the consistency of melted and solid ice cream, except it's milk, so that's kind of gross. And then he drinks it, gets it all over his mouth. And it's nasty. He gets stronger? No, he he did not get stronger from that. Anyway, something very tragic happens to him. He gets into this car wreck, which was masterfully done in this movie, and he comes out a survivor. And this doctor finds him, not like the doctor from that awful movie, Human Centipede, which was just disgusting. Don't go see it. The doctor, he stitches Rob Schneider. Okay, I'm going to call him by his character name. Marvin stitches Marvin together with animal organs, and he still comes out human in the end, except he has these animal instincts now. He sniffed out somebody at the airport, sniffed their butt, found some drugs in somebody's butt. There was a goat that was in heat. That's all I have to say about that. What else was there? I don't know if he was scratching himself like a dog. I forget. It's silly. It really is silly, but I think Rob Schneider was a great pick for this role. And the supporting actress here, played by Colleen Haskell, her character name is Rihanna. I think it was pronounced Rihanna. I don't know. In a film, there is a what do you call it? A twist at the end. I would go see it so that you find out what that twist is. Funny movie in general, and I think one of the other funny characters was, like I said, what's his name? McGinley, John C. McGinley. He is a police officer. Oh, so yeah, that's right. That's one of the things that Marvin always wanted to help the community, so he would enlist to be a police officer and would go through the what's it called? The trials, I guess, to try to become a cadet. Is it? And so he gets on the squad, and he is under the close inspection of Sergeant Sisk. Just completely hates the guy. So he gives him a hard time, and that adds another funny part to the movie. So anyway, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but it's it's a good laugh. I want to say it's one of those Happy Madison films. Uh, so that should tell you enough right there. I would give this a 7. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but that's okay. What else do we have? Okay, the last one that we watched, we actually just saw yesterday, and the reason I picked it is because I have passed it up multiple times. Just wasn't sure about it, so I didn't click on it. And then I just decided to this time after browsing for about 15 minutes, and I knew we were trying to find something before it got too late in the night. This is called Memory from 2022, starring Liam Neeson. Um, as I've said in the past, I am a big Liam Neeson fan. uh, so this one, Liam plays in Born Identity, they called it an asset, uh, an assassin, essentially. He is paid to do jobs. I don't think he knows anything about the people. He just goes and, like the movie with Jason Statham, the movie Transporter, where he was given some cargo or freight that he had to take in his car from one place to another. No questions asked. This was the case with Liam Neeson's character, where he was told to, eliminate some folks. Well, one of these folks happened to be a teenager, and so he refused. And then he found out more about this teenager and her part in all this. How did she get herself into this mess? And so the backstory behind it's not really a backstory. What do you call it? The bad guys are traffickers. Um, Always hard to watch. That's just a nasty thing that happens in this world. Um, and in a movie that portrays um, these awful people, you just want to see every one of them get eliminated. So uh, you have these, yeah, feds. Yeah, feds are in here, and there were also, I guess, local police were involved as well, and there was some resistance in that. Um, and so this is in El Paso, Texas. I used to travel there on the way to go to New Mexico, and Juarez is right there, Mexico. The Mexico border. You can easily drive into it if you don't, know where you're going. Um, and so they are dealing with, I guess, the cartels over there, and oh, cartels just with drugs or with humans also. Anyway, the bad guys. So, um, but yeah, there seems to be a hesitance to investigate. Uh, to, Seems to be resistance to investigate this case that would eventually lead to cutting off this snake's head, if you will. Getting this group of traffickers. So that was pretty interesting. So a couple of the feds, the three of them that were working on it, were told that they were no longer on the case and it was being handled by somebody else or not being handled. And so they end up getting involved with Liam Neeson's character, who is, he's an independent, right? He's on his own. He's taking out these traffickers after he has found out what's been going on. And then, but he always seems to be one step ahead of the feds, who are also trying to do things by the books. Close that, please. Um, and so the feds and Liam Neeson's character eventually have this understanding, and uh, Liam Neeson's character he has a brother that's also in this film, and it's called Memory because has a he has a I guess a mild case of Alzheimer's. He writes things on his arm. Till I get out of there. He writes things on his arm to help him remember things, and he goes to visit his older brother, who is not responsive. But I guess he had Alzheimer's as well, and it's kind of sad to see. He just had a blank face when he visited, and he left him. I think it was a coin. He gave him a special coin, gave his brother a special coin, and then he left, and that was the last to see of him. But I think it was enough. It added to the story because you just see that Liam is also um, it's part of his life as well. Um, so he has trouble remembering some details throughout the film, and but he later discovers that his purpose is to, at this moment in the movie, is to eliminate these traffickers. So he helps with the feds. The feds are going by the book, and then crucial moment at the end. Again, I'll leave you to it. I don't. I guess I haven't given away too many details yet, but uh, yep, all the traffickers. Let's say they get taken care of. How about that? I like the characters. I like how this movie was cast, and I recommend this. I had never heard of this before. I would definitely go see it. Again, this is called Memory, and it's from 2022, rated R, just shy of a 2-hour runtime. Put it back in. So that is all we had today. Wow, I still managed to ramble for almost 30 minutes. Yep, that is all we have. And I believe this is going to be, I guess we're ending because I think this is the last week for, patriotic films, or a stretch of the theme, patriotic films. Um, so thank you for joining us this time. Not sure if maybe we'll get our Friday faves in. And then we will be talking about something. I'm not sure what yet on for Tuesday. Tuesday's normal episode, which would be, I don't know, 70 something, 78 maybe. I forget who's keeping track anymore. We are slowly nearing 100. Yep, it's going to be episode 78. So, thank you for joining us this week, and we'll catch you next time. I'm going to do it. End stream. I wonder if she'll ever watch this episode. End.